YouTube channel. My name is Michael Mastro. This is the YouTube channel of Vastu Creations. Today we're going to look at the chart for Celine Dion, who was recently diagnosed with stiff person syndrome. Very popular singer-songwriter. If you look to the eastern horizon using sidereal Vedic zodiac, you would see that the fourth sign of Cancer was rising at 9 degrees. First, we're going to look and see how the planets are operating, what kind of karmas they're bringing, and when they're operating at different points in her life, and what we could do to strengthen the chart, remedy the chart. So first, Sun is ruling the second house of wealth, brings wealth, and Sun is sitting in the ninth house of good fortune. And Sun brings wealth through her organizational abilities. And then the second house also has to do with the voice, so singing. And the second house also has to do with eating. And the Sun is slightly afflicted by Saturn. And so it's a little bit weak, and this could be influencing. Some people say she has some eating disorders, so it's ruling the house of eating. Then we have Moon, which is afflicted by Jupiter, so a little bit weak, and it is close to the most effective point, and it gives life purpose, ruling the house, first house of life purpose and self-esteem. And Moon itself is about public, sitting on the house of career, aspected by Mars. So giving career through performing for the public. And because it's a little bit weak, Sun is associated with immune system, and she does have an autoimmune issue. Also esteem issues. Mars is close to the most effective point as well, the rising sign degree, and it is ruling the house of career, sitting in the house of career, aspected by Moon. So it says that her career comes through her Mars, passion, drive, ambition, for performing for Moon, the public. Then we have Mercury is poorly placed in the 8th house of challenges, and it is ruling the house of success. So give success through being able to express the vulnerabilities of the 8th house. And Mercury becomes a little bit weak, and also is connected to the neurological issues that creates the stiff person syndrome. It creates an inflammation in the joints. She has difficulty walking, and also she has hearing issues. So Mercury and the third house that it rules, which is performing arts, the house of performing arts, is a little bit weak, and that house has to do with hearing as well. Then we have Jupiter is 3 degrees. So any planet that's less than 5 degrees is said to be an infant state and cannot protect or promote its own significations. So here we have Jupiter ruling the house of health and healing, sitting in the second house. So again, Jupiter has to do with weight. She's very slender, and could have thyroid or some eating disorder. And then that can be related to husband. Husband was much older than her as well. She did have three children. There's a weak placement of Venus. Now, Venus is also sitting in that 8th house that's of vulnerabilities, and it is ruling the the family house, the house of happiness. So there was some depression from time to time um, there as well. And then we have weak afflicted Saturn. Rahu is slightly afflicting Saturn in the ninth house. And Saturn is ruling this house of chronic health issues. So this stiff person syndrome has no cure. And then we have Rahu and Ketu always balancing the spiritual and material. So let's look at the timing of events. You got married in 94 during a sun period, sun being one of the indicators for marriage, since there's no Multicona sign in the seventh house. Then we have her first big hit song, Because You Love Me, in 96 during a Mercury period. Mercury is ruling the house of success. Then we have in 99, she decides to take a break. I think that's about the point where she's having children, takes a leave of absence for a couple years. And that's during a Saturn period, life changing events, having children, and also changing her career. Then trajectory. Then she had her son in 01 during a Jupiter period. Then in 03, Jupiter is children. In 2003, she signed one of the biggest contract of her life, and also her dad passed away during a Saturn period. So Saturn is ruling the house of windfalls, which would be this big contract, and then also death-like experiences, the father dying. In 2016, our husband Renee died, and I have the circular transit chart on the left here. It was during a Rahu period, causing big changes. And you can see that Rahu, right on the cusp of this the second and the third house, is afflicting Jupiter. And Jupiter is husband. And then you also see that Saturn is afflicting Venus. Venus is the family, so causing death-like experiences to the family when he passed away. And then her mom passed away in 2020. That was during a Saturn period as well. Saturn causing, I guess, again, the death-like experiences. And Saturn is sitting in the house of father as well, relating back to the passing of Renee, who was like a father figure to her. He was much older than her. Then in 2022, early December, she reveals she has this stiff person syndrome, and so this is during a period where 2022, it's a Mercury period. So Mercury causes neurological issues, and then she also has the weak moon and sun causing autoimmune issues that are related to this stiff person syndrome. So what could we do to remedy the chart? Well, she's already doing a lot of charity work that will transform Ketu, Rahu, Jupiter, and Saturn. And the rest of the planets can be strengthened with gemstones, or my favorite remedy, a kavash, which is a silver locket containing the Devata yantras for Mars, Moon, Sun, Venus, and Mercury. So if you can see that this transformation of Vedic astrology is quite accurate. If you'd like to get a reading, you can go to vastucreations.com. If you'd like to learn Vedic astrology, there are courses also at vastucreations.com. Thank you so much for listening.